It is unbelievably pretty. There's so many different ingredients and such a variety of different ingredients. And not only the bibimbap, but also the different banchan, the side dishes. If I mixed it correctly, I should have everything in this bite. Oh, wow. Good morning, everyone. It's Mark Wiens with migrationology.com in Jeonju, South Korea. It is about 9 a.m. Someone is coming here to pick us up, and we are going to eat breakfast. We drove over to a restaurant called Sampekjip, and this restaurant specializes in mukbang, which is rice and soup, and it's a famous dish here in Jeonju, especially it's a soup made with bean sprouts. You can see all those bean sprouts in the bottom there, and then I think the sesame seeds, a little bit of dry chilies, and maybe some green onions and leeks. Oh, and the aroma of that steam. I'm gonna mix it up. Look at that egg, that beautiful raw yolk. Stir that up, and you can see all of those tangly bean sprouts. Oh, and there is rice at the bottom. Okay, there's rice and mixed all within. So this is like a one single bowl meal. Mix that up. I'm just gonna have to taste a little bit of that broth first before I taste anything. Oh yeah, that is soothing. It's a little bit salty, and you can taste those toasted sesame seeds in there. If you know the taste of bean sprouts, which are kind of that like watery, almost celery-like taste and texture to them. Yeah, those are very tangly, and the bean sprouts have a little bit of a chewy texture to them. Another thing we got is called muju, and this is a drink which is made from broccoli and different spices like cinnamon and sugar, and it's something to drink, and we got two different versions. One of them is cold and one of them is hot. Oh yeah, this one is definitely the cold one. Oh wow, that's like a cider. Oh, it tastes like apple cider. You can really taste the cinnamon in there, and I think it's made from broccoli, but I don't really taste any broccoli. And let me try the hot one. Yeah, same thing, just the cold one. This one is the warm one. I'm gonna add some of this chili, add a little bit to make it a little more spicy. Add a little bit of this chili water in here. All right, and then I love it with that extra piece of seaweed on top. We just finished with that breakfast. It is a surprisingly very simple dish, and the flavors are very simple in taste as well, but it tasted really good, and it's a great way to start the day because it's not too strong in flavor, not very spicy, but just a soothing dish with eggs and rice and bean sprouts. It is about 11:30 a.m. and we are on our way now to go have lunch, and I think we're gonna do some attraction sightseeing here in downtown Jeonju. One of the Korean dishes that Ying and I always like to eat is bibimbap, which is rice with a variety of different toppings all mixed up. You'll find bibimbap all over Korea and all over the entire world at Korean restaurants. But Jeonju is actually the birthplace where you'll find the original bibimbap. So for lunch today, we're on our way walking to a restaurant that serves bibimbap. This restaurant is located on the second floor, or maybe the third story. You come upstairs anyways, and immediately as you step into this restaurant, you can smell the sesame seeds and the sesame oil.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요.
This is one of the most well-known restaurants in Jeonju for bibimbap, and I'm getting a quick behind-the-scenes peek at the kitchen. You come in this place, you can just smell the aroma of the sizzling rice, and especially that chili paste and all of the fresh ingredients. They are making bibimbap by the mass quantity here. They have just a huge stack of brass-colored bowls, and then he's adding in all the different vegetables, and then at the precise time he adds in a yolk and then tops it with some sesame seeds. It smells incredibly good. We are about to eat bibimbap from the source. And then this restaurant is also famous for their, it's not really steamed egg, but it's more of a baked egg in the earthenware pot. And it's amazing. She adds the egg mixture and then just stirs it up with a whisk, and it just really puffs up. It's just that delicate mixture with the whisk, and she just continually stirs it with that high heat, and the egg just puffs up into like a foamy cloud of egg. I have never been so excited to eat a bibimbap before in my life. And they have a full public dining room, but they also have a number of private rooms in the back here. We got a private room. We're gonna dine bibimbap in style. The owner has brought out all of the different ingredients that go into bibimbap, along with rice. This is an incredible display and colorful arrangement of different ingredients. I don't even know if I can identify everything, but definitely have some cucumbers, some mushrooms, some bean sprouts, some carrots, some other vegetables, 2 chili pastes. The egg has just come. Look at how fluffy that is, and the steam is just pouring out of it. You can actually hear it whistling. It is unbelievably pretty. There's so many different ingredients and such a variety of different ingredients. And not only the bibimbap, but also the different banchan, the side dishes, all of the different little dishes. There must be about at least a dozen different little side dishes. One of the things that I've always been doing wrong is stirring my bibimbap with a spoon, but you're actually supposed to just use your chopsticks. I'm gonna destroy this beautiful creation with my chopsticks and mix up everything. There's rice, you can see the layer of rice on the bottom, and all of those ingredients fully. You wanna really get all that chili paste all mixed into the rice and the ingredients. Okay, I think I'm fully mixed, and even though you mix with your chopsticks, you eat with your spoon. I'll grab the spoon, let me take a bite. If I mixed it correctly, I should have everything in this bite. Wow. That's awesome. The sesame seeds. There's so many vegetables going on in here. I got some bean sprouts that are nice and crisp. I also got some kind of a chewy green vegetable in there. It's nice and hot and fresh. It's fragrant. You can taste the chili and the sweetness from that chili paste. Oh wow. I got a little bit of the crispy rice in that bite as well. And then I got something a little bit fishy, maybe like a dried fish in there. Oh, also that egg yolk, because it's a raw egg yolk that goes on top, it just sort of, just very lightly cooks, but it mainly just sort of coats all the rice in a rich sauce of egg yolk. I'll put this onto the top of my rice. Go in with some of the rice. Oh, is there beef in the bibimbap? Oh.
One bit.
Okay, so there is, I didn't notice this at first, but there's a little bit of meat. Ground beef inside of the bibimbap. Oh wow, it's hot. Oh, I love that egg. It just disintegrates in your mouth. Yeah, it's so soft and spongy and fluffy, and then it just sort of, it makes your mouth water actually. This is one of the banchan, which is a jelly curd topped with some sort of a chili sauce, it looks like. Yeah, that has the texture of Jell-O. It's actually quite a neutral taste, but you can just taste that chili sauce on there. This is something I really want to try because I've seen it in the market in Seoul since being here. It's called turip in Korean, and it's some kind of a sprout. I don't know what the English name is. I'm gonna dip it into this chili sauce a little bit. And it's a little bit bitter. It kind of tastes like lime peel. I didn't even notice this little bowl of chilies sitting next to me. I gotta try that now that I see it. These look like little chilies, which are marinated in chili sauce and sesame seeds. It's sour, pickled, just a little bit spicy, and then again you can taste that sweet chili sauce. I've had bibimbap in many different Korean restaurants, even outside of Korea and around the world, but this bibimbap was just on the next level. It's both like flavorful and delicate, yet kind of simple at the same time. It's a very simple dish, but it's just the preparation of all the different ingredients and then just kind of combining them all together what makes it spectacular. We are taking an afternoon walk after that delicious lunch and gonna do some sightseeing now. Right here behind me is the Pungnamun Gate, which is the south gate of the city. Jeonju is very well known for its Hanok village, which is an old village over 100 years old, right in the center of the city. And a lot of people come to Jeonju along with eating to explore the Hanok village. So we've just arrived to the Hanok village area. We're gonna walk around and explore and maybe get some more snacks. We just stopped at a place to have a quick egg tart. It is still hot and fresh and warm in my hand. You can see that flaky pastry and that egg custard on the top. Oh wow. That is rich and custardy on the center, that egg tart. What's really interesting about that egg tart as opposed to other egg tarts that I've had is that the crust is almost like a roti as opposed to a flaky, crumbly crust. Before we walk around more of Hanok village, we're gonna first take a little hike up the hill so we can get a whole view of the whole village from above. Feels good to get a little bit of exercise. Oh, it's not too far, but it's a nice wooden staircase up. Standing up here and getting a view from above, you can immediately see the difference and the contrast between the old village and the modern buildings, and you especially notice that because of the different styles of roofing. We are stopping by now at a handmade paper factory. This is a family-run paper factory, and they've been making paper for over 25 years. What I really like are the different colors they're making, especially the blue. That beautiful blue paper that is steaming right now. She said I should add some decoration into the corner. Oh, a little teddy bear. I'm gonna stick that into the corner here. Open it up now. You want to roll it to press it down. I think this is the first time I've ever made paper. Success. I've got a nice sheet of paper to take home. I definitely need a lot of practice to become as good as the aunties who are making paper in there. They are so fast and they just brush out those pieces of paper instantly. We are just leisurely walking around the village. It is very popular, especially with Korean tourists, and so many Koreans come from all over Korea to come here and walk around and to dress up in the traditional clothing. There are museums around here, there are little places for food and restaurants and cafes, and there are guest houses. It's a little bit touristy, but at the same time it's really charming and a really pleasant place to walk around. One of the top things to do when you are at the Hanok village is to get a hanbok costume, a traditional costume, and dress up in it and then walk around and take photos and just leisurely stroll around. So the time has come. Ying and I are about to get some traditional costumes. The mother here is picking out something that looks good on me, I hope. Oh yeah, that will look good, Ying.
지샀을까? 응? 어디? 우리 잘생긴 남자.
She really concentrated on choosing me the correct outfit to wear. I guess I'm a purple kind of guy. And then she showed me how to put it on. She put it on for me, and we are getting ready to walk around. Ying is still in the dressing room, so let's see how Ying looks. Oh yeah. Whoa, Ying. You're beautiful. We have the outfits for 1 hour. We're gonna walk around and take as many photos as possible in 1 hour. And actually, these outfits are actually really comfortable. Are they made from silk? I think made from silk. I gotta say, my turquoise colored shoes match perfectly with this outfit. One of the popular street food snacks is a skewer of octopus, and I think from what I can see him making it, the octopus is first steamed, and then he literally like ignites it on fire, and it goes up in a flames, and then brushes on lots of different sauces, and to make things even better, there's a bunch of cheese on top of it. You gotta twirl it around so you get all of that cheese on there. And that is some seriously meaty octopus. Oh wow, this looks like one of those really messy, drippy snacks, or it is. So I gotta be really careful to not get any driplets of sauce on this costume. I'm gonna lean over. Oh wow. That's actually incredible. Somehow, that octopus and the cheese work so well together. And that's like a sweet, tangy barbecue sauce. The octopus is also so tender that it literally almost has the same texture as melted mozzarella. This is so messy and cheesy, it's amazing. Wow, who would have ever thought octopus and cheese work so well together? We have just stopped by at a place called Grandma's Best Desserts, and we're gonna try some pat bingsu, which is a shaved ice dessert, and this one is with shaved ice, and then it is topped with a layer of red beans and mochi, and then that black sprinkled powder is sesame. I love that black sesame. The red beans are quite sweet and have like that starchy bean texture to them. And then that's like a really sticky mochi rice little cake on top. I'm gonna try just some of that ice. Oh, that sesame, I love the sesame. I think the ice is not really sweet. Most of the sweetness is coming from the beans, but I love those shaved powder sesame seeds. And then we also got, this is like a drink made with cinnamon and jujube and I think some walnuts in there. Yeah, very strong with the cinnamon. The sad moment has come to give up the costume. It's been good. We've I've stopped by for another very, very popular snack. It's filled up with young people, and it's called a baguette burger. Let's see all that is in this little baguette burger. It's wrapped in a brown paper bag. Oh wow, that is very saucy looking. Oh, it's not even cut in half, it's just hollowed out. The baguette is hollowed out and then stuffed. I'm gonna kinda smush it down a little bit so I can get everything in one bite. Wow. That kinda tastes like a fast food hamburger. Got some minced beef in there. The same type of lettuce that they use on like a Big Mac. And then actually that tastes like Thousand Island dressing all stuffed into there. That does taste remarkably similar to a fast food burger. We have just entered to the Gyeonggi Shrine, which is one of the historical attractions here right in the Hanok village. This is a shrine for the king during the Joseon dynasty, and they didn't allow any photos inside of the shrine, but there's a portrait of the king in the shrine. We are at this place now, and we are about to have an herbal Korean foot massage, kind of foot bath. Oh yes. It is hot water, it feels fantastic, but before I got into the foot bath, I went on the computer and did this short survey, answered a couple questions, and that sort of determined my I think it has a lot to do with digestion and your body type. And so after that, they determined what type of herbs to put into my foot bath. I got some kind of dark, murky water. We're also drinking some climbing mountain tea. I'm loving these glasses.
The same colors as the right?
Yeah, it is. Wow. That was a very enjoyable 30 minutes soaking my feet in that herbal bath. My feet feel fantastic. We are making one more stop for a snack, which is a very famous place called the P&B Bakery. They're very well known for their choco pies, and just about every Korean who comes to the Hanok village will buy a whole box of these choco pies. It's kind of like a sandwich cookie. Oh, and I think there's some cream in the middle. It's like a crumbly cookie cake on both sides, sandwiched, and then there's some cream in the middle, and it has a little bit of a cherry taste to it too, maybe. Next stop, we are having an early dinner. So we've just come to a traditional style restaurant. Oh,มีย่างจริงๆด้วย
떡갈비는요 다 익었고요. 대표 드시는 거예요? 바로 드셔도 되고 버섯은 조금 이따 드셔야 된다고
And they specialize in tteokgalbi, which is minced meat and then fried on the griddle. And she brought it to our table. It looked kind of like boneless ribs or like a big flat hamburger patty, but in a big huge patty shape. And now it is just sizzling and smelling incredibly good. The rice is unique. It is steamed in a lotus leaf. I'm gonna unravel it. Oh yeah, and the rice is filled with a variety of different beans and nuts and maybe ginkgo nuts. Okay, I'm gonna start with a piece of lettuce and then go in for one of the pieces of grilled meat, stick it into the lettuce, and then there's also some mushrooms, grilled mushrooms. I'll put a piece of mushroom in there, and then also I could not miss out on the garlic. And then finally some of the pepper paste to complete it. Oh yes, and just wrap this up. And what I love about this is you eat it all in one bite and you get everything all together. Wow. It's like hamburger meat. It's ground beef, but it's a very coarse grind. So you can taste like almost like little shards of steak within there. The garlic, the pepper paste, I love it wrapped up in that leaf. That is yet again a stunner of a Korean grilled meat dish. I gotta try some of this rice. Oh yeah. That rice is so herbal tasting from that leaf and those beans in there. And it's very sticky, glutinous. And then you can just take a bite of the straight meat, and then this is the dipping sauce for that. It's a little bit of like vinegar and soy sauce. Oh man, it's amazing. It's so good. And just that wonderful, slightly tangy sauce, and then it being grilled so that sauce just sort of caramelizes onto the meat. This is some green onion kimchi. Oh yeah. Those are nice and chewy. Just finished with dinner. That was another wonderful meal. I think I'm gonna end the video for today here because we're just walking back to the hotel and gonna call it an early night. I'm impressed with this Hanok village. It's really a nice place to walk around. So many different foods to try and little snacks and lots of restaurants. And overall, it's just a really pleasant place it's charming is what you could call it. But it's been great to just walk around today. Kind of an easy day just exploring. Jeonju is awesome. And thank you all very much for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below and make sure you subscribe for lots more Korean food coming up soon. Oh. Okay. We're taking an afternoon walk after that delicious lunch. I can't speak because I'm so happy, full of food right now. And this is a bakery called PNB, and they are very, very famous for their choco bars, choco cakes, choco pie, okay.